Alright, so welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a get ready with me. It's gonna be a chit chat version. So we're just gonna I'm gonna talk about all the life lessons that I've learned in 2019. So I hope you enjoy it and I'll be back with more videos. So basically, life lessons that I've learned for myself in 2019. Wow, I've learned a lot. Honestly, when I left 2018 actually, it was a very, I guess, hard year for me because I was crying a lot, I was sad a lot, and it was really because I was transitioning churches and I didn't want to lose like my friends, like I guess my routine at my old church, going to the new church. So it was a very heavy year, to be honest. And then like, I don't like being uncomfortable in a sense, so I like knowing what I'm getting myself into and whatever. But to God be the glory. It was actually the end of 2018 was actually a really good year, like towards the end. And starting 2019, I'm like, hey God, I'm gonna let you take over and just embrace my new church. So, and also in 2018 I dealt a lot with fear, kind of due also to the fact that I was leaving my old church and switching new church and whatnot, but also fear in terms of like putting myself out there when it comes to like my business, like the women's ministry I want to do, and also in terms of singing. Guys, I love to sing. Like honestly, believe it or not, well, whether you know me, if you're watching this and you know me and you didn't know this about me, or if you're now knowing who I am, I really love to sing. Like singing is like one of like my thing, but I'm very shy, and I definitely lack confidence in singing. It's weird. I love singing. Like when I'm by myself, I'm cool. If it's like a small group, I'm like okay, depending on who it is. But for the most part, I'm really, really shy. So like I had joined my choir at church and everything, and then this year I'm just like, okay. And I have a vocal trainer. She also goes to my church. She helps me a lot. She's really amazing. And this year we had said that my goal was going to be to like do some solos, not lead worship, but do some solos and like join the big choir and whatever. But honestly, I definitely let fear take over, and I didn't accomplish that, which I'm super cheesed at myself about. So 2020, I'm making that my like, when it comes to ministry, that's like one of my top 3 goals, is to like kick fear out and just do what I know I'm called to do. And yeah, so I think that's one thing I learned of myself, that I kind of let fear still have a hold of me when it comes to singing. So I didn't really accomplish that this year. And I also, at the beginning of the year, I have this like mini ministry, women's ministry that I'm trying to do called I Am She. And I started the year off good, and I kind of plateaued because what I wanted to do, the website, like nothing really came to pass. Basically, I had to, it just went downhill. So I just kind of like dropped it for a bit. But I kind of picked it back up around the summertime and whatever. So lesson number 1, when you start something and you know that you're called to do it, just go full force. Like don't stop. Like sometimes it can whether be discouraging, or what you're trying to do like is not really coming to pass, coming to fruition, but it's okay. Just keep pushing, and then God will help you. So that was one thing, that a life lesson that I learned: when you start something, you have to complete it no matter what happens. So definitely for 2020, I'm going to get back on that and definitely get that going. So also what I've learned, I've learned a lot about myself in terms of what my limit is, how much I can handle something, and what can break me, or if it breaks me, how to overcome it. Like every year I challenge myself to pray more and to spend more time with God, but definitely this year, I don't know why, there was a definite different push, and I did spend a lot more time with God, and like, which was amazing, because like sometimes you're seeking for answers. Like, oh, one thing that I did for myself this year that was like, I need to do it, is that every time I have a problem or situation, I think we're so used, well, I know myself, I'm so used to like calling my sister or calling a friend or like whatever. So what I told myself this year is that every time something bad or something sad or something that I don't like happens, I want to pray first and then give it to God or seek an answer for God. And then after that, if like, obviously it's human of us to just like, you know, call a friend or whatever, talk about it. But as long as I talk to God first, that was like my number one thing. So I did accomplish that. So I'm really, really happy about that, because, you know, sometimes you just need God. You just need to talk to God. And even like, and he answers back. Honestly, if you take the time to hear his voice, he answers back. So that was one thing that I told myself I was gonna do this year, and I did. So I'm really, really happy about that. So that was great. Yeah, so like I was saying, self-worth. I learned a lot about myself when it comes to self-worth, because like, honestly, from, I would say, leaving high school, which was in 2010, and we're currently going in 2020, so a whole decade, I've always been in a relationship. Like, it was crazy. I've always been in a relationship, and I never actually give my time to like breathe or, you know, just spend some time to myself. Although I haven't been in like a serious relationship, I've definitely been in like, I guess, situationship, like, you know, where you're in a situation with somebody but there's no title or foundation or anything. So I've been in like those ones. So I definitely learned that, especially me being a woman of God, for myself, I definitely learned that it's not like, situationship is not a thing. Definitely looking, I had to do a lot of soul searching this year, and just kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely felt at times in 2019 where I kind of let situation, you know, get the best of me or whatever. But at the end of it, I can honestly say that I've grown a lot and learned myself a lot and know what I deserve and know what I can handle. So that was really, really good and really, really important to me, because I'm writing this book called How to Be Single and Satisfied. And this year, like, for the most part, I've like, well, yeah, not for the most part, I've been single for the last like 4 years. And this year I kind of learned, I'm just like, okay, if I'm writing a book that God told me to write about how to be single and satisfied, I kind of need to put that into practice. So I'm just like, hey God, this is the book that I'm trying to write, and I don't want it just to be words. I need to actually experience it for myself. Cause like, yeah, you can say you're single, but if you're in a situationship, then you're not really, like, you are single, but you're not really, because your heart is still with somebody else. So, you know what I mean? So, you know, God kind of made a way where he forced me, in a sense, to really, really be single this year. And during that time, I definitely learned a lot about myself, and really also learned how to pray for my future spouse. And I think that's something that people don't often do. And it's to pray for whoever God has for you, whether you already know who it is, but you guys are not together yet, or, you know, you haven't met the person yet. I feel like it's so important to pray for them, because sometimes you can have the right person but at the wrong time, or you just don't have the person or whatever. So I think it's really, really good to cover your future husband under, you know, cover him under prayer. And that's what I've done all year, to be honest. Like, I'm just like, God, you know who's for me, you know who you have for me. So let me just, you know, start covering them with prayer, start covering their mind, start covering them, you know, financially, like, just, so I think, so by doing that, it kind of built myself, because now I know what to look for in, or I at least have my eyes open to what God has for me, and, you know, just kind of prepare. So I think at the beginning of the year, I'm gonna for sure say I didn't do that, but towards March, from March up until now, I can definitely say that like I've learned to just like first put myself first and just like truly pray, truly seek God about, you know, how to pray for my future spouse, seeking God about how to prepare me, because you need to be prepared yourself, you know what I mean? You can't just, you know, wait for the person to come and then think you're just gonna be ready, you know what I mean? You have to like prepare yourself as well. So that's what I've done this year, and I'm super happy about that. So and I put that also in my book that I'm gonna launch in 2020. So that's gonna be amazing. So life lesson there: know your self-worth, learn yourself, learn how to pray for your future spouse, seek the voice of God. And yeah, honestly, I don't mean to be too spiritual, but at the end of the day, like, if you walk with God all the time, and if you're like a woman of God, a God-fearing woman, I feel like these things just come into natural conversation. So like, yo, listen, I'm a girl that loves Jesus. That's about it. That's about it. One thing I also learned this year is having the right friends in your corner. O to the M. Yo, honestly, like I used to be like, when I used to be younger, I used to be like, oh my God, I want a lot of friends. I want like friends all around me. Like I love big groups of friends. Like I was always about that. But as I've gotten older, I noticed that the smaller your circle is, the better it is. Oh my gosh, the better it is. And like this year I told God, like, only surround myself with people that are gonna build me up, people that are actually there for me. Like, don't give me phonies, Lord. Do not give me phonies. She cannot do it. She cannot. So I'm really thankful to God that He gave me the right people in my circle, because these people, I don't like to mention names, so I'm not gonna mention name, but the person that are in my circle, they know how to, you know, we know how to, I like friendship that's not just give or take. It has to be, you know, mutual. I have to be able to give and I have to be able to take. If you can't lift me up when I'm down, and if I can't do the same for you, then I'm not your friend, because I believe that our friendships should be able to lift you up when you're down, encourage you, push you to success, push you to where you need to go. And that's the kind of friends I need in my circle, because that's what I need and that's what I can give you. So in terms of friendship, like God took away everybody that I kind of had, like, you know, I was a little sketch about. So I'm just super happy about that, because the friends that I have are the ones that are pushing me to destiny, and I'm pushing them to destiny as well. And that's what you need. You need friends that will push you to destiny. You really need that. You really need that, because yo, that's what that is. So another life lesson, that's something you're probably gonna keep learning all the time, because as you grow older, I feel like some friendship do run out, because sometimes I do believe some friendship are there for a season, which is fine. But like as you grow older, just make your circle smaller, because you don't need all those friends. You really don't. Just keep the ones that are pushing you to destiny and that you're pushing them to destiny. And yeah, because that's all you really need. By the way, I'm not an MUA, so I know how to do my face, but that's about it. All right, so another life lesson that I learned is put yourself first. Honestly, I think I'm the type of person that, like, I'll drop anything that I have to do to go help out a friend, to just help out in general, and which is good, but at the same time, it's like, know your limit. Honestly, this year, there's a lot of times that I've been tired, and I also live super far, so it's like sometimes it's not convenient. But it's like, whew, no, this year I had to put myself first, because I could not. Like, honestly, like, I love people. I love work, I love church. Like even sometimes like I have to take personal days at work because yo, she's tired. Like I feel like you need to know the balance. Like you can't always be out and about. Like you have to also take time for your body, take time for your health. And we're all getting older, so, and we're not getting any younger, so. I learned, honestly, and it's not even like I do it on purpose, but just gossiping. Like, I think it's so, like, I think as like people in general, like every time you hear something, you just want to call your friend and be like, yo, like this just went down, like ta da 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 da, and it's like, whoa, my God, that's not what we're called to do in this world. We're not called to go and gossip. But sometimes it's not even gossip. It's just like, oh, okay, you just want to share this. So I feel like I wouldn't say I gossip, but I would say like there's a lot of things I can just keep to myself. Like even if I see something and I'm like, oh dang, let me just call my girl out. I feel like even in those moments, I feel like I want to train myself more to like just keep my mouth shut, because like I guess it's definitely is a form of gossiping, even though you're not intentionally bad mouthing somebody. But I feel like as I get older, I want to be a different woman. I want to be somebody that just like has integrity, and I just want to be a virtuous woman. Actually, my name, that's what my name means, Kathy. It means queen and pure and virtuous. So that's what I want to be. So I want to actually be what my name is. Oh, this year, oh my goodness, how can I miss that? Okay, so 2019, I dealt a lot of like, I struggled a lot with like just letting go of control and allowing God. So this year, it was a year, there's two things. Year of just letting God control and year of faith. Guys, the way, because I'm the type of person, like, if I don't see anything getting done, I like to take matters into my own hands and do it. So what I try to do this year that I've never done before, because it's hard. Like once, it's not that I'm a control freak, but like, it's like sometimes it's hard letting go and trusting that it'll be done. But the thing is, if I say that I trust God, then I need to be able to trust him with everything, like literally everything. So that's what I've done this year. This year I did my best. Even the times when I knew like I was not giving God control, I had to pray, repent, and I'm just like, hey God, sorry. I took matters into my own hand in this situation. Forgive me, take back control. Because honestly, I strongly believe that if God holds my life, if he ordained everything before I was born, then why can I not trust him to do the things that he said he was going to do? Like he already knows what's going to happen. So let me just allow him to do it and not give him a hand, because God doesn't need a hand. So that's what I really tried to practice this year. I'm going to say, if I'm truly being honest, maybe I did it 60% of the time and 40% of the time I failed. So right now I'm still learning how to continue to be God everything, especially there's a situation I'm going through right now and I'm strongly believing God for it, and I'm giving, like, my faith is on high because I believe God will do it, God can do it. So right now I've been giving God like super control. I've been having faith, even the days that like my faith is running low. I'm like, hey God, I'm not seeing this, like you promised me that's gonna happen, like I'm not seeing it right now. So what I try to do is just take the scripture of faith and just read it out loud until I believe it, because the Bible does say it's impossible to please God when you don't have faith. And I'm definitely paraphrasing, so don't quote me on that, but it's impossible to please God when you don't have faith. So I've been trying to practice to have super duper faith, crazy faith at that. So whatever, like right now I'm believing God for something, and like I believe it's gonna happen before the end of the year. And I'm praying that I'm a very private person, so only when it goes public I will share it, but when it does, you'll know. It'll be a testimony. It'll be a testimony. So I'm gonna do that. So no, I'm gonna do that. So yeah, so I've been believing God for that. So I'm super duper happy. Oops. So I'm doing, yeah, for sure. My faith has definitely grown this year, like 100%. But obviously, at times it got challenged. So I think what I've learned this year is the times that it got challenging to continue to have faith, continue to trust God, continue to believe Him, is a time that I'm just like, no. Let me just pray more. Let me pray. Sometimes I've spoken to my friends and they encourage me to keep the faith. And then also fasting help. I fasted so much this year just to like keep my faith on high, get words from God. Because sometimes people, they wait to get a word from the church, a word from a prophet, or whatever the case may be, and you can literally get the answer from God. So that's what I've done this year. Get my answer from Jesus. So yeah, this year I could definitely say I allow God to take control for the most part. I'm still learning. I'm human. I'm not perfect, but I'm definitely learning to give God control, especially the things that are so touchy to you, like my business, my ministry, my future husband. These are all like touchy, I guess, things that you hold dear to yourself. So sometimes it's hard to like have faith or, you know, give that control to God. But, you know, I'm still giving control to God. I'm still learning to have faith. I'm still learning. But yeah, so these are the lessons that I've learned in 2018. And then also I've learned that once you have a goal or a dream, like push it forward. Like the hair business thing that I've just recently put out in November, it's something that God told me back in 2014 actually, through a prophet, that I was gonna have a hair company and all that kind of stuff. But like back then, 2014, like I wasn't young, but I was like kind of young, so I didn't really pay any mind to it. But honestly, once God puts something in your spirit for you to do, definitely know the timing of it. But once He gives you the green light, go for it. Like push it forward. Go for it. Go for it, sis. Go for it. I believe in dream. I believe in following the dream that you have, the dream that God gives you. And even sometimes, like, He doesn't directly tell you what you need to do, but you feel this gut push in your spirit to just do it, then do it. Because that's definitely God pushing you to where you need to go. And just do it. Just do it. So yeah. So I definitely learned not to put your dreams on hold, because then you're just stopping yourself from success. So I used to be afraid of success because I've always heard like, oh, you're gonna do this, you're gonna be, before you turn 30, you're gonna be somebody that everybody's gonna look up to, you're gonna be wealthy, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So it kind of scared me always hearing about these things, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how I'm gonna do it. But then like now I can like see how God is actually gonna do it. So I'm more ready to get it done. Where's my spray? I put a lot, guys, so don't mind me. Alright. So yeah, so these are the lessons that I've personally learned. I'm not missing anything. I hope I'm not missing anything. That's the only thing I can think of right now. In terms of the lesson that I've learned in 2019. I'm super excited for 2020. Honestly, like, I just believe that God's gonna do amazing things in my life. I believe he's gonna do amazing things in your life. And I'm excited to honestly start the journey. And I believe, like, I'm gonna be so consistent with YouTube, guys. Like, I used to be so consistent back in the day, and I just randomly stopped. And I don't know why I stopped. Oh yeah, I stopped because my computer broke and I just never got back into it. So, oh yeah, this piece is broken, so let me judge you right now. But yeah, I never got back into it. So yeah, that's pretty much, I'm gonna be consistent in my business, consistent in my business, consistent in everything that I do. Consistent at church, consistent in my prayer time. So yeah, I'm gonna be super consistent and see where it takes me, because honestly, I can't do this without a phone here. But yeah, I'm only doing big chunks because I'm kind of late and I don't have time to do this perfectly, but you get the gist. You get the gist. Alright, sorry guys, my camera ended up dying in the middle of while I was curling my hair. So this is the final look. So I'm going out right now. I'm currently late, but I just want to show you my final look for tonight. Ooh, this is really basic. Honestly, I'm not anyway, so I just want to chit chat with you. That's the whole point of this video. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Anyways, give it a like, subscribe, and a comment below. Bye!